Hello, my name is Vasily and today we'll talk about land plots in Russia. We were often asked whether a foreigner can become a farmer in Russia, how much it is to buy land there and how to do it. Let's discuss it, but first of all, it's worth mentioning what a non-citizen can or can't acquire in our country. A foreign national, be it a visa holder or resident, has the right to buy apartments, houses, dachas, that is some cottages, and land plots in cities, towns, villages and hamlets. There are some restrictions for them. Foreigners can't buy real estate. First of all, on the border area, no matter if it's a land or sea border. Their list is given in the law, for example, the Kronstadt district of St. Petersburg. In closed cities or towns, a foreigner doesn't even have the right to appear there. And third, agricultural land, although they can buy suburban land plots if they officially belong to the category of land of settlements, not agricultural land. How to tell them apart? Only by documents. Two pieces of land may look exactly the same, but one can be bought by a foreigner and other can't, although a foreigner can rent such agricultural land. And some restrictions regard plots that no one, even Russian citizen, is allowed to purchase, such as plots in the coastal area, forests, protected areas like nature reserves or national parks, etc. Note that in this video we are going to talk about those people who want to do an agricultural business. If your dream is to simply buy a country house, grow vegetables or raise livestock for yourself and not to make any big money from it, all you need to know is the restrictions on land ownership which we just talked about. Prices. Nonetheless, if you decided to acquire Russian citizenship in the future or your spouse is a Russian citizen, you can consider buying agricultural land. The price depends greatly on the location. It can be 30,000 rubles, 60,000 rubles and more per 100 square meters. Plus, there is still the option of renting a plot which costs approximately 1,000 rubles per 100 square meters monthly. A lot of land will be required. For example, the minimum land area for a dairy farm is about 1,100 hectares, for a big farm about 700 hectares. How do I start a farm? There is no special program in Russia to attract foreign farmers to move to Russia and engage in agriculture, but such a program will be probably developed in the future. However, this doesn't mean that there is no way to do this now. First of all, as I said in one of my previous videos, a foreigner has the right to set up a company in Russia and even with some reservations become its director, that is the head of the company. In other words, non-citizens can do business in our country. It is not prohibited. A foreign national can come to Russia to apply for a temporary residence permit in a year or later for a permanent residence permit and in 5 years for citizenship. For the sake of stability, I would recommend aliens naturalize if they want to live in the country permanently. Living on a permanent documents is not so good. What I described is the standard way of naturalization, which is used by foreigners that have no reason to speed up this process. This is not a bad way, but not 100% reliable. But if you've made in this far in the video, you are probably a professional farmer, which makes things a little easier. There is such a category of workers in Russia as qualified specialists, not to be confused with highly qualified specialists, which include, among other things, agricultural specialties, a list of which you can see on the screen. They have the right, having worked as such a specialist in Russia at least half a year on a work visa, to get for a permanent residence permit even without a temporary one. As you may know, a temporary permit is usually obtained under a quota and through a special commission that decides whether to give you a permanent or not. This way you will avoid it. How to use this opportunity? Find a job either from a third-party employer or by registering your own farm company, but be sure to do so in the profession that is listed in the list as qualified specialists. To learn more how to start a business in Russia or get employed here, visit our channel. If you have problems with completing paperwork, you got confused in this topic, or you just want an expert to do everything for you, feel free to reach out to our team. My name is Vasily Tarasenko. I'm a Russian attorney. Bye.